Hello, and welcome to Roseplay Presents, episode 86. As always, I'm your host, Aurian MoonRose, and here on Roseplay Presents, we do things a little differently. Instead of having seasoned, episodic games, and sometimes special episodes, every episode's a special episode, ranging anywhere from interviews with content creators, game developers, closed betas, movie reviews, game demos, if they're special or involve, a flair that's unique to the show. Today, we finish up with E3 2019 and the top 3 best press conferences. Now, a few things. Why top 3? Because even though there was still a lot of press conferences, PlayStation didn't show up. And top 5, that's like a little bit over half, or just about half of the conferences. I feel like top 3 were the top 3 strongest contenders. And second, the reason why not top 3, the reason why we're not going to have a top 3 worst is because, well, first, I think all of them did good in their own retrospects. I mean, it's gaming. We need to celebrate that. But I also felt, why down a game developer like that? I mean, enough people probably do it anyway, so I didn't want to do that. I mean, obviously, if you're not on the list, you know you didn't do as well as the others, so why do I have to sit there and be like, well, the number 1 worst? Yeah, no, not gonna happen. So, let's go ahead and hit it off with number 3, Microsoft. Now, I could have gone PlayStation or Microsoft on this one if PlayStation would have showed up. Maybe it would have been Microsoft was number 3, which it is, and PlayStation might have been 1 or 2, but that didn't happen this year. Microsoft showed off a lot of good games. They showed off some game trailers. It didn't feel like they were just playing game trailers this year. Not fully, at least. Last year, I swear it was more videos than anything. Not to mention, they got Keanu Reeves with, like, probably the memeiest meme of E3, which was, "You're beautiful!" No, you're beautiful! I mean, now, there wasn't as many games this year, A-class or whatnot, and the ones they did show, like Halo at the end. That's probably for the next gen, the whatever the next gen Xbox is going to be. But beyond that, I just felt that Microsoft at least returned to forum, or more forum than they had been the previous year. And when the PlayStation to even put on the radar, Microsoft, they didn't have to win it, but they're one of the big 3. However, they still could not have won it. I just, chose they were going to win it. That brings us to number 2, Nintendo. Well, at least number 1 is not going to be one of the big 3. So, Nintendo, I don't know. It's Nintendo. I really always like their conferences. I mean, between the fact that they have, between the fact that they introduced their new president, or it could have been president, but whoever took over Reggie's job, the Bowser guy, it was a neat little intro for him, making us think that, King Koopa Bowser is the new. But it wasn't. It is sad still to see Reggie go. But, the new guy was alright. I'm actually a little surprised that Nintendo didn't make 3 and Microsoft make 2, because the whole finger clicking that's supposed to be like the Switch was starting to get a little annoying, personally. But the reason why this one still won out is, they introduced Pokemon Sword and Shield, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Dead by Daylight. They had a lot of good AAA titles, some that weren't even Nintendo. Okay, technically the 2 I named off out of 3 were Nintendo, but Marvel didn't have to be. They've always kind of catered to everyone, but they're really doing it this game cycle with the Switch. And it's Nintendo. They like to have fun. And they make it short and sweet, which, considering they're one of the last, if not the last press conference, you really just want to get it over with at that point. Especially if all you've been doing is watching video after video after video after video. Or, if you're there and you just want to go home. But they made it to number 2. So, what does that mean for number 1? Well, there's a few honorable mentions. They didn't make the list. But, actually, let me go to them. And I don't 100% even remember at this point. Alright, so, I don't think I have it up anymore. Do I, don't I? Alright, here we go. A few honorable mentions is definitely Digital Devolver. I mean, they don't showcase off a super lot of games or new ones, or maybe they do, but they just don't interest me as much. But they always try with their storyline, and I'm interested for next year. The PC gaming show is starting to grow on me. I used to not enjoy it too much, but I enjoy the guy who does it, and yeah. Limited run games, once I learned more about their story by watching the thing that came on before it, I'm okay with them. I mean, they're mostly games that have already been out and they're coming physically, so not too much, wow factor, but it's there. Those are the honorable mentions. So what did make number 1? Square Enix. I mean, it had to be Square Enix. They started off strong with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which, again, I was... wow, it's dry in here. The Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, or tech demo, which, I really wasn't too super pumped about it. I was like, Final Fantasy VI has and always will be my favorite Final Fantasy. But after seeing the 7, it looks amazing. It sounds amazing. I'm pumped to play it. And apparently they've got, because I learned a little bit more after the conferences, they've got 2 modes, classic mode, and I don't know what the other mode's called. I'm going to call it modern mode. So you can play like the old RPG, or you can play with their new battle system. A lot of remasters and remakes. Ones that I've been waiting for. Final Fantasy VIII, my goodness. Even the video knew it. They were like, we know what you've all been waiting for. Yeah. You are 100% right. I was. And then there was Pokemon, which I've always been a fan of Pokemon. And then throw in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which I still hope comes to console, but they've got themselves a big gem there, because I love Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. They even ended with the fact that they're doing a Breath of the Wild 2. I mean, we expected a new Zelda, or something to at least be said, but to have the new Zelda actually be a sequel, that one hit me off guard. So, yeah. I think Wait, no. Breath of the Wild was Nintendo. Wow, I'm mixing them. Well, I guess that's why Nintendo's 2 as well. But, I mean, there's just so much stuff. Final Fantasy VIII, 7, a few remasters, remakes. I guess Pokemon Shield was Nintendo 2. Wow, Aurian, what the heck are you smoking? But no, there was just a lot of good stuff for Square Enix. Really got me emotional. They really knew how to do it this year. I mean, the past conferences really haven't been super spectacular. Like, one year I was extremely bored by them. The next year I think they're finally starting to get what they're doing and get their ground down. And I think they're getting to know how to do it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to try to do for next year's. Will they continue to be number 1? I don't know. With next gens coming out for next 2020 winter, You're sure to see the PS5, whatever the new Xbox is going to be. So, I mean, they're going to have a lot to contend with. And if Sony doesn't show up again, well, they got to contend with the new Xbox system. But that is the top 3 press conferences of E3 2019, at least to me. So, that finishes E3. Woo! Another year down. So, we want you doing one more episode of Roseplay Presents. Rather than go back right away to, going back to the Dwayne podcast, we actually have a Final Fantasy VII demo. That's right, we're going to play that next time. We're going to play through it twice, but not in the same episode. It's going to be a long episode. It's not going to be a 30-minute show. It may not even be an hour. I don't know how long the demo is going to be. I haven't played it. I haven't tried it. I want to have it completely new for me so that you guys could see my expressions as I play them. Play it. But it's going to have both the classic mode and the new mode. We're going to start with classic mode because I really want to just get the feel of Final Fantasy VII. And then with the next episode of Roseplay Presents, will be later on an undisclosed date. We'll play the new mode and see how that works. And the reason why we're doing the demo is because, as you know, Roseplay Classics. I've done Final Fantasy 1 and 2, and I think 3 at this point. 4 is being worked on. I got 5 and 6 ready. I don't know what I'm going to do after 5 and 6. I was originally going to play Final Fantasy 7, from the PlayStation side, but with 7 Remake and, oh god, it being episodic, Final Fantasy might have to take a back burner to Classic. In a sense. Instead of going to 8 or play the first episode, I don't know if I'm going to play the first episode of Final Fantasy VII. We might not. Considering for 4, I know I've split them up to 3 seasons, or will be splitting them up into 3 seasons. We might do that with 7, we might wait for the whole experience. However, there's Final Fantasy Legends, there's Adventure, there's World of Final Fantasy, I don't know if I'll do Dissidia. I probably won't do Dissidia yet. But there's a lot of Final Fantasy spin-offs and whatnot that we can do, and I think we're going to try to tide ourselves over with that. But come back next time for the demo of Final Fantasy VII Remake. But until then, remember, keep gaming, never give up. And a demo, this will be different. I wonder how long it'll take me. 18 hours. Well, I mean, I would break it up, but I don't know if there's save points that'll let you continue. So, yeah, we'll find out.